And yeah, just to everyone out there, grab a sip of water, grab a glass of water if you don't have one, because we're going to be doing some moving some energy. Oh, okay, there we go. Got that. And we're in. Yeah. So hello to everyone in social media land to welcome to the Power of Conscious Music. And I'm so excited to have you here for the dance party, our grand finale after the big discussion series. You're going to see some of our guest speakers pop in. Right now, we have Mary Taylor, who I'm going to introduce in a second. So I know if you've been following, you know who I am, but I'll just say a little bit about myself. I'm a Juno Award-winning singer. I was in the CBC Searchlight Top 100 this year. I'm a motivational speaker. I also have an oracle deck that was based on 13 of my songs. And yeah, and I channel medicine songs, what I do. It's who I am. Bojo, Mishkikinagamon and Equinadishnikas, Gokokurem, Takaranta Dinjaba, Kamlupa Dinjaba. I'm just saying greetings in the Ojibwe language, that my spirit name is Medicine Songwoman. I'm Owl Clan. And I always, I don't know exactly where I'm from. So I always say where, as part of my greeting, that I'm from Kamloops, because I grew up mostly there. That's where my soul is still home. And here to Toronto, where I've been for like 35 years. So that's what I was saying in the Ojibwe language. And I'm happy to have you all here with us. So please feel free to share if you're on social media. Let's get yourself ready to. Well, first we'll be more meditative with the hand drumming, and then we'll do some dancing. So, Indigenous grandmother Mary Taylor here. She's going to offer prayer. I'm going to share a little bit about Mary, who I've known for many years now, which is awesome. And I'm going to tell you right now that Mary knows her Ojibwe. She knows her Anishinaabemowin. And I'm just a baby learning with that. And I had the honor and privilege of working with Mary for my album. Like, she did all the translation, any of the Ojibwe lyrics you hear tonight, that's because Mary taught that to me. I'm so blessed and grateful for that. So Mary and I, we met 20 years ago, something like that, in Curve Lake, Ontario, through hand drumming and singing. She has translated some of my lyrics in my Indigenous roots fusion songs, roots reggae fusion songs on the Picking Up the Pieces album, which you're about to hear, and one of the drum songs as well. And Mary Taylor is from the Otter clan, and she lives in Curve Lake, Ontario, as a retired native language teacher and early childhood educator. She's drummed all over the world and opened many buildings and schools. She's had numerous commencements, baptisms, and sent many on their travels to the spirit world. Mary has had many blessings in her lifetime. She met, and this is so cute when I have to read this because I know she's talking about us. She met a group of ladies known as Spirit Wind, a women's drum group that I co-founded in 1999. And they became Mary's mentors in the world of drumming and singing, which is how we met. And I didn't even know that's true. So like, my heart. Yeah. So grateful. My song Meet Me by the Water inspired Mary to use the Ojibwe language to translate this beautiful song into Ojibwe, with permission from the group. And Mary and the women she drums with, the women she drums with, sing it all the time. And I'm so grateful for that too, sharing the songs out there. After she retired about 11 years ago, she started translating songs in children's books, and her greatest test was to translate Robert Munch books. That is so amazing, with his permission. She has sung for Prince Andrew at the Canoe Museum in Peterborough and lots of dignitaries in Europe, and sang our national anthem to many veterans there. It was quite the honor for Mary and her group of hand drum Ojibwe Kwewek, which is women in Ojibwe. I have asked Mary to do a lot of translating, like I was saying, and including with this album that you're about to experience. And I just want to say, Bojo, Ani Bojo, Mary, such an honor to have you here.
I lost her. Okay, Kwa. I lost her. I don't know where she went. I can hear her, but I can't see her. Okay, found you. Okay.
Okay.
That's undone. Okay, me glad, Brenda. That was quite the introduction. I, I, I didn't think you were ever going to stop. Oh, okay. Anin, Mirigan in Disney, cause, Gishkik Mong, Dinjaba, Nikik and Dodam, Chicken Kitchen and Maggie Wedge, Chibinam Iron, you can't make Naka as an Islam Tagzian. I wanted to thank you all for asking me to do such an honor for you. So this prayer that I'm going to share with you, I received from one of my colleagues a long, long time ago. And she said, she said, you said that prayer so nicely. She said, I wrote it all out for you. She said, I know you don't need any coaching like that. She said, but she said, that's how you do it. So she gave me this little poem and this little blessing that I'm going to share with you. And it goes like this. Miigwech mishomis, okibiwase aje. Miigwech the kid nungum jikishaka. Wewena chimino kinawa mag nwijin bimadis. Wewena chiknunak. Miigwech gash gogmikwe. Okimi shong the wads win. Menwa mi chim. Kimi shiong nabi. Mena wasiya. Kimi shiong inasa win. Samana pakitana. Wabano. Jauno. Abishpinumok. Kiwadno. Nad motion to Majishkong Webana. Gajusunga de air. Me gwachminon. Me gwach. Me gwach. Me gwach. Me gwach. That's my Ojibwe blessing. So I'll read that for you in English. And it said, thank you, grandfather, for shining on us today. Thank you, I say, today for this very day. Thank you. I want to be careful when I look at others. I want to live well, and I want to speak to others with the utmost care. Thank you to Mother Earth, who gave us life and food, who gave us water, animals, and then she gave us the breath that we have. I offer tobacco to the east, to the south, to the west, and to the north. Help me to be strong, have a strong heart. And that's what I ask for. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. Mio, Brenda.
Miigwech. I'm just putting that sema, that tobacco into my little itty bitty fire in the smudge shell with the sage.
I'll be putting my Sama over here by that. There's a little tree that Kenny planted when we did her placenta, and that little tree that's where we put our Sama when we do something like this.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, miigwech. I
You
know.
had a question for me.
Yeah,
I can't
and I
remember what it was.
I do. I kind of do. Yeah. I wanted to
Okay.
I just I know for everyone just to let everyone know, I know Mary has to go for another meeting, elder in demand. And so but I just wanted to I was going to ask you to talk a little bit about the importance and the sacredness of our language and how that kind of brings us into resilience and connection and how that helps us.
Yes. Ojibwe language for me is a wonderful thing because I'm so glad that I kept that language um, inside my heart, and I don't have that problem of of bringing it out when it when I can. Um, it's been a long old fight for my language, and it's still um, very very scarce. My language. Um, there's a lot of young ones though that are learning it, and you should hear them. It just fills my heart when I hear those young ones. There's actually a teacher. There's actually a teacher that's teaching the language, and he is one that was self-taught.
Mm,
Like he spent time with his nukmis and his shumis, his grandmother and grandfather, and that's all they spoke to him all through, like all the time. And he was way in his teen years at that time, and he picked it up and went to school and got his teachers, and by Jove, he can teach it, and it's wonderful to hear him. Then we have another young man that's doing the exact same thing, and it's wonderful that you can hear these little ones now speaking Ojibwe, and even though they're struggling because they don't hear it as often, um, because the mom and the dad that they don't speak, so they don't have anybody to talk to, just to each other.
mm,
But that's how I learned. I learned by talking with my friends, and I learned the same way. I learned it from my granny and my papa, because my mom and my dad said that they didn't want me to speak Ojibwe because um, they didn't want me uh, to be punished for using it, and that's what would have happened. But um, I went to visit my granny and my papa, and um, they didn't know English, so I had to learn Ojibwe. So the more time I spent over there eating their jam and their apple sauces and stuff like that, and um, and watching my papa skin his muskrats and all that kind of stuff. Uh, that's the more I learned, and the more that stayed in my head. So I had the best of both worlds, I guess.
oh, wow. Yeah, blessing, blessing how that happened.
Exactly.
Yeah, spirit took care of you. That's awesome.
They did. They did.
Wow. Um, yeah, and I was gonna ask you too, like just your experience of like the album, and just I know you weren't. It's not like you were in the studio with us or whatever, but just bringing that language into that music, how that was for you, and I know what you. Well, how do you feel about it?
I personally, that was the most, that was quite the honor to be asked to do such a thing, because it's an it brings pleasure to you when somebody asks you to do something like that. Um, like, could you tell me what this? Could you put words to this? And then when you read it, and you read it to a way that you want to hear it, then you write the words that comes in your heart, that comes out, and you write it down and in Ojibwe, and that song adds a more special meaning for it, but doing that kind of thing, like some of it was really challenging because um, when you do write Ojibwe or any kind of language, I guess you can't do it word for word. Like,
Right.
you can't do it word for word. You can't. There's no such thing. You can't do that in Ojibwe. You can't put the whole thing like the way it's written on there by using every word. You can't do it that way because it just doesn't sound right. So you have to kind of flip it around and um, say it in your head, then you say it out loud, and then you write it, and then you, it just becomes magic. It becomes magic. The song becomes magical, majestic, I guess you'd say. It
Yeah.
just pops right up and say, holy, that's exactly what it is I wanted to say. That's how
So,
it is. And that's how those words in that album. And I know what that album was all about, you know, be, and you could you could feel that um you can feel it. You can feel on some of those words that in those songs um are really how would you say uh uh a deep down hurt way down inside, and it comes up, and then but when you say the word that made that hurt way down there come up, it makes that word a soothing word that makes it all better. That's how some of those songs were on that album. They first made me very, very sad, and then when I put the Ojibwe in it wasn't so sad after all. It was like like ah, like mshkiki, like it was just like a medicine kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that's the way that album was for me. I don't know about anybody else, but for me, um, that was just like good medicine.
Hmm. Miigwech, for
Yeah,
sharing that. Yeah, I never even asked you that before. That's really cool to know.
I know, I know. But that, yeah. But if you listen to that song,
Mhm.
if you listen to those songs now that I told you, when you listen to them again, you'll know exactly what I mean, because when you hear that Nishnaba word in there that you're saying, you'll say, "Yeah, that's exactly what she said."
I won't be able to unhear that now. That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I get what you're saying. And it's been really fun for me because learning, I was telling you a little earlier that I'm learning a little bit of Ojibwe, just little bits through one of our teachers online. And Isidore Toulouse. I keep like I know anyways, it's Isidore Toulouse it's doing it. And I think it's online Anishinaabe I think that's what it is on
Yep.
Facebook for anyone that wants to know. And yeah, it's so cool. I get the little kid in me jumps up inside when it's like, I know that word. That word is in one of my songs. What does that mean? And it's like, that word is
Yeah,
a whole another thing, but it's so good. It's
yeah,
so
yeah,
key to
yeah.
remember and to understand that even deeper. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
And even like if you're going to Google, Google is my very best friend.
Hmm.
I've always said that since I found Google. Like if there's some word that I just absolutely can't remember or I don't know, I'll ask Google to find it in Ojibwe for me,
Hmm.
and he'll find it for me. Like I'll say, um, how do you say uh, red in Ojibwe? And by Joe, Google will find it for you.
So it's not
And
actually
it'll be, yeah, you can just go into Google and say, or how do I say, how do I say if I'm stuck for a word? Um, I'll ask if my elders don't if they're not available, like
mm,
they are not like right now because of this silly old pandemic and stuff. Um, they're not really available to visit and to do things. I can see them, but we can't visit like we're supposed to visit. Um, we can visit, distant visit. That's what they called it. That's what they called it when we went to we went down to the powwow ground and had and made basket down there on the weekend, and that's what that it was a distant visit because there was elder over there and elder over there and elder over here, and we were all visiting all at the same time, so it was fun.
that's so cool. Yeah, real visiting. It's just, yeah, not a thing right now for a lot of us. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, it means a lot to me to have that language on the album. And for people listening to it now, they'll be able to when we're dancing later on, you'll be able to really like feel into more of what's there. There's more there than what you think and what I think even. So now
Oh,
when I listen tonight, I'm gonna be going deeper
yeah,
with that. Yeah.
it'll
Wow.
be it'll be a deeper it'll be a deeper meaning when you hear it. It'll be that 10 times more um, fulfilling when you hear it in Ojibwe than if you like when you first put on the album and say, oh yeah, that's Ojibwe. It's not like that, but when you know somebody has said that's that's what that is, and you know what you're saying, then that's what happens.
Mm, beautiful. Well, Chi Miigwech, and I don't want to keep you because I know you've got another meeting. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, so
Oh yeah, I got 5 minutes. I got 5 minutes to get there,
get
but it won't take long.
so I'm gonna say Chi Miigwech again and Bamapi.
Miigwech ke game po mapiminaga min miigwech kabisayan mina miigwech kaka kamisya ni nagamunan migumino achipsindunan mina spanemina wikan the winterman gag we maintain gan to gwech be. Don't you ever be afraid to ask me for anything.
Oh, Miigwech.
Okay, with that, I'm going to say goodbye and thank you very much for this honor. And hope you guys all have a wonderful, phantasmagorical time. Till then, pamapi.
Bamapi. Oh, so awesome. So, yeah, so we are well, I've been smudging and I offered so because we can't do the tobacco thing the way we would normally do, like um I want to still get tobacco to my indigenous people that have been part of this event. But what I've been doing is burning that tobacco. I hold that tobacco while she was praying, and then because it's a sacred contract between me and Mary and Spirit, and so I was holding that tobacco, and then I put that into the sacred fire, which is my little my smudge bowl with I'll show you my smudge bowl, and where I was burning the sage. And that sage comes from, I'm not sure exactly where in BC, but an elder actually gifted to me this. Somebody was saying something about gifting early. Oh, Ojibwe. Odell Johnson was talking to me earlier at in our interview about how he was getting all these gifts when he would go to different indigenous tribes to do performances and stuff. It was like, yeah, we're giving people, and this is this beautiful turtle medicine here, turtle shell, that is filled with, not so full anymore, but there's sage inside this this beautiful and there's a little tobacco tie right with it that I must have put there. So I took some of the sage out of there, and that comes from the mountains of BC, and I'm not sure where she picked it, or but it comes from like close to home. So I just wanted to share that with you because we're starting off with this good medicine, and then we're going to get to dance. So and I'm going to shift my camera so I can actually dance too with you, and we'll see other. I'm not sure who else is here. I guess we don't have the panelists like I thought I would. I didn't know who would show up, so we put an invitation out to our speakers in case they were available. And same with the VIP after party. We'll see who is. I know Errol for sure is coming, but I'm not sure who else. And yeah, so we're pretty much gonna just get dancing here. I just want to see if there's anything else I wanted to say. Yeah, actually, hang on a second. I'm gonna drink some water too. Been doing a lot of talking today. So before we get into the drumming and the indigenous reggae, um, post in the chat wherever you are, because I know we have a few things running with the chat, and I'm going to check them all later. And I'm going to, offer prayer. Actually, just being told that I'm going to offer prayer later for all of you. So I am going to get that tobacco out now, actually, and then that prayer will go outside later on. I always offer my prayer to the wind. My tobacco goes to the wind. So I have it's fresh, well, not fresh, it's dried natural tobacco, natural tobacco that doesn't have all those chemicals and things in it. So I'm going to put that in, I'm going to put that here for now, and then that's going to go out tonight for all of you, just for all of you, for prayers. Um, and right now, like, imagine that you get to fill that tobacco up with your intentions. So you can put those into the wherever you are, the chat wherever you are. There's a YouTube chat, there's a Facebook chat, Instagram chat, story. I don't know about Instagram. I don't know how that works. But and Twitter, if you're on Twitter, um, you know, we'll we need to get into our intentions, because we're going to be moving with those intentions. We're going to be moving with those. So what's your healing intention for yourself? What's your healing intention for yourself? And maybe that word healing doesn't even appeal to you. What's your, like, an intention at all for yourself? And and maybe, there's something, what is, there's one thing that you can, because I don't want to overwhelm you with a whole bunch of stuff, but we're going to move this when we move our bodies, and when we're into the meditative state of the drumming, whether you choose to dance for that, or sit and meditate, or drum along with it. um, think about, like, one thing that you might want to move out of your body, out of your energy field, that you're just done with, that you can be done with, that you've done your work around. And maybe it's just a layer of it that you'll peel off, but maybe it's something to do with your physical health, maybe it's mental health, boredom, worry, loneliness, isolation. These are some of the things that, I've been dealing with: missing my friends, frustration, fear, anger, loss of income, anxiety. Like, what is it for you? And try and pick one of those, or maybe if you want to dance with two, one per foot, then do that. And then we'll take in a healing intention, as in, like mine that I wrote: I am moving anxiety out of my body and bringing in calm. So whatever that is for you, you put it out there to spirit, to the universe, and publicly here. If you do that, if you don't have to do that, but if you do, it just adds energy to it because now we've got the community rooting for you, right? So we're going to start off with hand drumming, and then we're going to move. We'll have a little intermission, sort of like a 5-minute break in between sets, because it starts with hand drumming and then it goes into the reggae fusion. So we'll start off light and then we'll get into the heavy bass. And I see Errol there now joining us. That's awesome. So what was I going to say? There's one thing I want you to know is that you really can move this stuff out of your body and out of your energy field. You can totally do that, and you can embed your intentions into you and whatever learnings you've had from, if you were part of the discussion series. If you weren't, the replays are available at the VIP link. You can go get that. Hopefully Michelle will just put that in the chat because anyways, and we can get to dancing. But I also was going to say, like, I shared a little bit on my Facebook Live earlier about this whole album, this project. Like, this is the CD launch party that you're going to get to watch. And we had so much fun that night. And then it was just sort of kerplop because I had a bad fall after that. And it was in September last year. And after I fell, I couldn't do anything. So I had to cancel all my gigs and everything. So I had like a pre-COVID thing going on. And, and I just had to kind of roll with it. And so, and I did. And I wanted to get this music out there, but what I didn't know that it was, it was actually designed for the pandemic. Um, couldn't have known, but that's what happened because I made that album during the murder trial after losing my son, and the energy that I poured into that and the emotion that I poured into that, like Mary was saying, there is sadness in there, and she knows, where this is coming from, um, and at the same time, there is so much love in the music because love is grief. It's just grief unexpressed and grief that we want to give that love out, and that person is gone, or that situation is not, it doesn't exist anymore, and it's like, then where does the love go? And so these songs are just full of love, and that's what I want to bring to you tonight, and that you get to dance into yourself. Yeah. So um I'm just gonna see who is here with us. Okay, yeah, we got yeah. Any of the panelists, and because I don't see anybody now, but I saw Errol before. Any panelists that want to, maybe I'll leave a note in here too in the chat. Because I'm going to be dancing. I'm just leave my camera on, and well, I might be meditating for part of it, and then I'll be dancing too. So yeah, so we'll have our cameras on for those of us that want to, the panelists, and then afterwards we'll come back for a little intermission. So yeah, so I'm gonna play the footage. I'm really excited to bring it to you. It's been a long time coming. Errol's son actually is the one that edited the footage so that we could bring this to you tonight. So yes, I'm super excited, and you're gonna hear. I'll just let you know too. Jill Hewlett, dear friend of mine, was the MC. I'm so grateful, and you're not going to hear much from her because the editing was about the music. So and we needed to shorten it. The whole party was pretty long, so so we made it so it's you're going to get the music. So we're going to go for the music right now. I have to share my screen with you, and then we can, and like, feel free to do what your body wants you to do. Okay. um Dance if you want to any of the songs, right? If you feel like you want to meditate, I'm going to have a whole course going in the fall on how to do all of this. Like, there's so much we can do with the power of this music. And some sing along, the simple ones are sing along, dance along, drum along, move your body, pat your body, move energy with your hands. Even I do that with ecstatic dance. And really let your body guide you, and trust your body. And if you even need to sit in a chair and it's your pinky dancing, like, it doesn't matter. It's just let yourself move the energy. All right.
please join me in giving a warm and robust welcome to Brenda MacIntyre, Medicine Songwoman.
Is it sharing? Ah, there we go.
Bonjour.
I can't see you, so. Wow, it's here. Yeah, this is a rebirthing for me. Bonjour, mishkikinagamunani quinadishnikaz go kokorodem to Karanto Dinjaba, Kamlupa Dinjaba. It's just saying greetings in the Ojibwe language that my spirit name is Medicine Songwoman. I'm Owl Clan. And I always mention Kamloops, where I grew up, mostly in BC, and to Karanto, where I live now, and have been here for like over 30 years. So I'm going to start this off with a welcome song, and actually I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So it's called Breath of Life, and breathe with me. Because we forget. And when you're in grief, you really forget. Yeah. And what happened to me after I lost my son, I didn't even realize. And I'm all about the breath. I'm always talking about that. I'm teaching about it. And I wasn't doing it because the grief was so heavy that it, and so a man who also had lost his son and wrote a book about it in our community, actually, Ken Pitawanakwet, his name is, and he came up to me and he was telling me about his book, and we're talking, and then he just went like this to my heart area, and he said, "You're not breathing. Breathe." So I knew I had to have a song on this album that reminds me to breathe and reminds us all. Yeah. Aho. This is welcoming in my ancestors and yours. Ha, ha, way, ha, ya, hey, ya, ha, ya, way, ya, way, ya, way, ya, way, ya, way, ya, hey, ya, way, ya, hey, ya, way, ya, hey, ya, way, ya, hey, ya, way, way, ya, Yahweh, way, Yahweh, ya, way ya, hey ya, way ya, hey ya, way ya, hey ya, way ya, hey ya, way ya, Yahweh, way ya. Miigwech, thank you so much. Whoops, I gave all my shakers away. Going to get one. Where's it? Oh, there we go. So actually, I'm going to take some water too. Hmm? Wow. I'm going to say a lot of thank yous later, but I really need to thank everyone who's been supporting me through all of this because it's just incredible. I feel so held and supported, and I could not do this. I couldn't do this without all you that have been helping me. So, and miigwech. Water is sacred. It is life, and yeah. This one I'm going to sing, it came to me a while back, probably about a year after I lost my son. And it's called Missing You Memorial Song. So if any of you, we have songs that are traveling songs. This is not that. Traveling song helps the spirit of the person to go home, to go to their next journey. This one is for us that are left behind. That's what this one is for. Yahweh, 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 Miigwech, thank you. More water. Do drink lots of water when you leave here tonight. Yeah, when we're running healing energy all night long, and the harvest moon is pulling on us. So, grandmother's taking care of us, but there's a lot of energy going on right now. Okay. The next song I'm going to sing, a lot of you are going to hear and know it right off the bat. Feel free to sing along. It's a song that is for my son. But we have an inside joke between me and my son Quinn now, because Quinn says this song's for me now and for everybody else. It's called a healing song. It came to me for my son when he was 14, going through what 14-year-old boys do. And I would sing this song for him every time that he wanted it, or every time I felt like he could use some support, I would sing this song for him. And yeah, a lot of drum groups have carried it and taken it and share it, and I'm so grateful for that it gets around and has helped so many people. So yeah, I'm gonna sing this. This is dedicated to my son Quinn Taylor. And yeah, it's for all of us. I used to, tell people, please, when you're sharing it, ask for prayers for my son. But yeah, it's like, my son's like, no, you guys need the prayers, not me. Oh, wow, you guys, that's awesome. So Grief is messy. Grief is really messy. I'm feeling, I'm going to use this one has a shaker kind of and a drum, and I'm going to, I'm deciding what to do here. Yeah. This is called Life After Loss Lullaby. And it was really funny because I'm so like, I'm like, Andra will know because she helped me with the grant writing. I'm a little grammar stickler. And I noticed that it was spelled wrong. And I was like, no, I'm going to keep it that way because it has an E at the end. Lullaby, as in I'm saying goodbye. I mean, I had to say goodbye to my son in human form, right? So, so Life After Loss, Lullaby. Oh, yeah, way higher. Oh, yeah, way higher. Way oh, we, oh, way, oh, we, way higher. Oh, we, way higher. Way, oh, we, oh, way, oh, we, way higher. Oh, we, way higher. Way, hey, way, oh, we, oh, way, oh, we, way higher. Oh, we, way higher. Way, oh, we, oh, way. Thank you, Miigwech. Water again. I'm so thankful for the water. I could teach all day long too on the water. Just so grateful. And for Grandmother Moon right now, like this is harvest time and it's also a difficult time. There's a lot of things crumbling and falling apart. And a lot of us are crumbling and falling apart. And that's actually a good thing. It's actually a really good thing. Because without the falling apart, we can't pick up the pieces. Yeah, that's why I named that album that. So this journey has been a tough one. People don't know how to deal with death already. Never mind when it's a murder. So I've actually lost people along the way as friends, and people just sort of walked away. Or I walked away because that was just not working. And so this song came out of that. It came out of the loss of a friendship that had like a years and years long friendship. And it came out of the blue, out of nowhere, hit me like a sack of hammers. And I went, I need a healing song for this. So I asked Spirit, and this is what they gave me. Feels like sunshine. Way higher, way higher, way higher.
way higher, way higher, way higher, way Yahweh, 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 feels like sunshine. Let it fill my mind and body with light. Feels like sunshine, even when I feel a little blue. I know all I've got to do is let the light come through. Way higher, way higher, way higher, way higher, way higher, way higher, way Yahweh, 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 feels like sunshine. Let it fill my mind and body with light. Feels like sunshine, even when I feel a little blue. I know all I've got to do is let the light come through. Way higher, way higher, way higher, way higher, way higher, way higher, way Yahweh, 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 feels like sunshine. Let it fill my mind and body with light. Feels like sunshine, even when I feel a little blue. I know all I've got to do is let the light come through. Way higher, way higher, way higher, way higher, way higher, way higher, way Yahweh, 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 feels like sunshine. Let it fill my mind and body with light. Feels like sunshine, even when I feel a little blue. I know all I've got to do is let the light come through. Thank you, Miigwech. Why am I still singing? No. The next song is the last of the drum songs, and I just love this one, and it has a really interesting story too. But I'm going to drink some water first. So, throughout this whole entire experience, which has been obviously hell for me, what I've done for myself, I'm really good at self-care, right? Like I teach it and I also walk my talk. So I've been really reaching out, and that's why this is happening. This is how I can do that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to be standing here. I've just had a lot of support. And one of the ways I support myself is I have words that I write down. I actually have something here. I took this to the murder trial every single day because it helps me to remember who I am. It helps me to remember to get back in my body. Yeah. And so for what I was going through just recently, because this is actually like April, I think I wrote this one. Oh, it wrote itself. They channel themselves. But this one wasn't even a song. It was just words to help me. And it was about empathy for me, for all parts of me, right? We beat each other, we beat ourselves up in our head, like, you know, all that stuff going on. And so I needed a way to kind of counteract that. And so I came up with these words: I love you, I see you, I feel you. And when I tell myself that, you know, I feel that. And I'm going to say that to you and really mean that to all of you as well. I love you. I maybe don't see you right now, but I try to see you. And I feel you, you know, like, and we are all empathic to an extent, and some of us more than others. Probably if you're in this room, you're pretty much on the higher scale. And when that happens, we feel a lot, and there's a lot going on right now. So, but what I wanted to do is have that for myself and for everyone else too. And so if we're feeling empathy for ourselves, if we love ourselves, if we see ourselves, if we feel ourselves, who we are, really, then the healing can begin for the planet, you know? Like we just by doing that alone. Yeah, it's huge, even though it seems very small. And so we were like in the studio, and Errol was like, so what's this one called? And I'm like, I don't know. Because I love you, I see you, I feel you is a little bit long for a song title, don't you think? So, you know, he said, well, how about I love you? He goes, Toronto Star article, it said she has to say I love you in a song. So, yeah, so it's called I Love You. And I do. And I'm going to say, like, the love that I am, love is the love that you all are. Because we are all love. And you're going to hear me talk about that all the way through this next set, too. Way high, 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 way hey high, way high, way high, way way. I love you, I see you, I feel you. I love you, I see you, I feel you. Get a zoggin, get a wobbleman, get a gachinen man. Get a zoggin, get a wobbleman, get a gachinen man. Way high, 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 way hey high, way high, way high, way way. I love you, I see you, I feel you. I love you, I see you, I feel you. Get zagen, get a wobbleman, get a cheatin' man, get a zagen, get a wobbleman, get a chinin' man. Way higher, way 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 higher, way 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 higher, way higher, way hey higher, way higher, way higher, way I love you, I see you, I feel you. I love you, I see you, I feel you. Get a zoggin, get a wobbleman, get a cheatin' man. Get a zoggin, get a wobbleman, get a cheatin' man. Way higher, way 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 higher, way 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 higher, way higher, way hey higher, way higher, way higher, way I love you, I see you, I feel you. I love you, I see you, I feel you. Get a zoggin, get a wobbleman, get a cheatin' man. Get a zoggin, get a wobbleman, get a cheatin' man. I love you, I see you, I feel you. Please give it up for my dancers. So awesome. And I'll be back.
There we go. Unmute myself, and we are back for a minute. Oh, it's getting dark, so my screen is getting a bit dark too. Uh, so welcome back to. So I hope you enjoyed the drumming part of things, and the dancers are going to continue dancing the reggae, which is so awesome. And I just I want to thank you for showing up and for being here. And please share this out so we can get lots of people dancing tonight. And yeah, we're going to share the reggae fusion songs, which I'll have to get up for, and then I'll move my camera, so I'll be dancing up in the top of the screen, I guess. And I just wanted to say again, like, the album's basically designed for the pandemic. That's where we are. And it's so weird when I was listening to myself talk, going, oh my God, like, yeah, exactly that now. um so Spirit knew, and that's why this album had to be made. Was the timing is just crazy. So I'm going to share with you, well, we can put it in the chat. I'll share with you the CD page, and I say that the music industry has changed. So you can get Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, all those things. You can just download it from my website, or you can buy the actual CD, the hard copy CD, which we do have. It has a lyric booklet and online. And if you buy it even at Apple or anywhere else that's not my website, just go back to my webpage, and I'll show you which when it is in a sec. But it's picking up thepiecesproject.com, and that's where you'll be able to download it and all that. Um, Geez, maybe I don't even need to screen share it for you. but but if I maybe I will hang on a sec. I got to get rid of that screen anyways because we're going to be coming back to the next set. Um yeah, I'm not going to share it because I see the link is going into the chat there. Hopefully on Facebook too. And I just want to let you know like all the lyrics here, let them retrain your brain. Like pick ones that you really like that stand out to you that you feel like can lift you, and because that's how the magic of that happens. Just sharing like one of my former clients who worked with me and also just came to a lot of my events and stuff, was telling me that it was with literally rewiring her brain. It was retraining her brain. And I know that it retrains your brain for resilience because the lyrics and the like what Odell and I were talking about earlier in his interview, the music and with the intentions, right? That energy is so powerful. Just those two things, even if you're the worst singer in the world or you think you are, those two things can just like bring those vibrations out there and help you. So we know, like, with things going on right now with COVID and all that, it's crazy. And I was looking up some stuff, and Mental Health Research Canada and the Mental Health Index, they're talking about worry, anxiety, and depression. And worry is the biggest one. Surprise, surprise, right? Because we don't know what the heck's going on ever. We just really don't know what's going on. And there were some stats that came out, and then I looked up some other ones, and it's pretty much the same across here, the States, and the UK. Worry, anxiety, and depression, those are the big ones. And a lot of people, what I wasn't seeing and what a lot of people don't realize is that you've been thrown into grief. That's where we're at. And we as a society don't know how to handle grief. We don't know what to do with it. And so for me, mine went into chronic pain, went into my body, right? And I have now been working that out of my body ever since I realized that. And breathing, moving energy, like letting yourself cry, letting yourself punch some pillows and scream your head off, like, or jump into your car if you have one and do that there. Like, we need to let those emotions flow and be expressed and felt because that's what moves it through our system. It's not, if it's not done with us, it's not going to leave. So we got to be done with it in order for it to leave. And I'm not saying that we can be done with forever. It's a part of human life. And depending on what we're grieving, what kind of losses, like right now, you could be just grieving the loss of your lifestyle as you had it before this thing happened. It could be that you lost people. It could be that you lost jobs, pets. It could be that you feel that loss of freedom because you're isolating. There's so many different kinds of grief that people are feeling right now and not really understanding that that's actually what it is. That, and we started off with shock and we had trauma and then we move into grief, and it's just like, what's happening? And so there's all this confusion and frustration, all that stuff. That's all part of, well, grief and trauma, really. And we can move that. We can move some of the charge out of it. That's what I'm talking about. Because I know from losing my parents as a child, from losing my son 4 years ago, that some kinds of grief just, they never really go away. You just learn how to live with them, and the charge of it disappears over time, or the charge of it goes down, it decreases. So for things, for example, I can say my mom and my dad, and I can talk about them, think about them, whereas years ago I couldn't. It would just bring so much grief. um, and with my son, I can talk about him. I can talk about Quinn. His name is Quinn Taylor, because I'm at this point where I can do that, but I know that I'll be grieving him for the rest of my life. But it will, the charge of that will decrease. It won't affect me in such huge ways, right? Like, it's already decreased some along this journey. So and it's very individual. Grief is so individual. And and what our experiences are too. It depends on, if you have financial concerns, if you did lose your job, or if you are fine, or maybe you're even thriving, because some people are thriving and some businesses are thriving. And so it's just, when we're getting into our bodies, which dance does for you, movement, music, that does that for you. When you're in your body, then you find out what's going on and your body will give you messages. And then you get to listen to your body and you also get to move some of those energies out, right? Literally sweat them out, right? And move them out. And you can move that energy with your hands. We all know this, or most of us know that you do this, you're going to start to feel warmth in between your hands because we're made of energy. And you can move that energy around. You can create energy balls and move them to where you want them. Sometimes I'll make a big energy ball and then step inside. Maybe I'll do that later, you know? So have fun with this and enjoy when we come back to when we move into the dancing. And you know, go get yourself a CD, or follow me on Spotify, playlist me there, you know, put me on a playlist. I didn't know anything about Spotify. For I've been out of the music industry for a while, for 10 years since the last album came out, and everything changed. It's all online now. So I know I still there's lots of hardcore people who want a hard copy book or CD, you know. And if you're one of those people, like, that's on the website too. We got pickingupthepiecesproject.com. You can get the album there. It comes with an ebook, whether you have the hard copy or the downloadable version off the website. Or if you go to that pickingupthepiecesproject.com and you just select whatever, Apple, iTunes, whatever it is, if you're downloading it, we'll get you that ebook. And the ebook has the lyrics in it, but also the stories of the songs. You know how Mary was talking about the importance of our language. Well, the songs are full of story, right? And you hear the stories as I'm saying them on the stage, right? But they're in the ebook. The real, like, full story is in the ebook, as well as ways to use the music to help yourself through grief, through this stuff we're going through in the pandemic, and to bring that love out, you know, bring that love into you and bring that out from you as well. So that's what the music is for. That's what it's about. I can't wait to share the freaking reggae with you, man. This is like a lifelong dream. And I feel like, you know, it's like that feeling that I had when I was on the stage that night. It was Friday, September 13th, 2019. And so, you know, I can't believe we're like almost in September here. This year has just been so weird and fast and crazy. But so what we're going to do now is remember those intentions. And if you guys are just joining us now and you didn't set your intentions or you didn't think about that, like, what is it that your challenge is right now with this COVID thing? What's really dragging you out? What do you feel like you could love to move some energy around, you know? And then think about, like, what is your intention for your own healing or relief or recovery or whatever it is for you? Like, what is that positive intention that you can insert in there that will help you with that challenge? So, and feel free to post it in the chat. And, you know, I'm going to be reading all of these. I'm kind of trying to keep up with it right now too. Because I really care about all of you, and, you know, and I care about our planet, Mother Earth, and we can do something to change the world just by taking care of ourselves. And what you're doing here tonight, like being here as part of this, you're doing that. You're helping the entire planet just by getting into your body and being more you, right? And moving that energy. So let's move some energy. Let's move some energy, man. I'm gonna bring this in. I'm just checking if there is anything else. No, there is not. So yeah, so we're gonna I gotta get that screen up bigger, and I'm gonna share with you our second set, which is the most fun. And I'll fiddle around with my camera. Sorry if you're like staring at my belly or something. I have no idea what's gonna happen, and I can't see it either. So yeah, so I'm gonna screen share. We're gonna do this. So I'm gonna take a sip of my sweetgrass tea. And, you know, if you have some water there, make sure you're drinking water, and get some anyway if you don't, because you can fill that water up with all these good vibrations and then drink it, right? So all right, the sweetness of the sweetgrass. Let's do this. Time to jam. There we go.
Can you hear me? Hello!
just be free and let go of what's haunting me. Yeah, I just gotta be me. Oh, just give me some time. Gotta remember who I am, and everything will be fine. Just give me some time. Gotta remember who I am, and everything will be fine. I gotta be me, I've gotta be me. I'm all I got, so I gotta be me. Keningo weta, keningo weta, kenina tana dia, kenina tana. If you knew the truth about the way I feel, the fear and doubt, you might find out I'm a little like you. What if I were to lose control and share with you what's in my soul? I just gotta be me. Yeah. Oh, just give me some time. I gotta remember who I am, and everything will be fine. Just give me some time. Gotta remember who I am, and everything will be fine. I've gotta be me, I've gotta be me. I'm all I got, so I gotta be me. I've gotta be me, I've gotta be me. I'm all I got, so I gotta be me. I've gotta be me, I've gotta be me. I'm all I got, so I gotta be me. Keningo weta, keningo weta, kenina kana dia, kenina kana. I've gotta be me, I've gotta be me. I'm all I got, so I gotta be me. Keningo weta, keningo weta, kenina kana dia, kenina kana. I've gotta be me, I've got to be me. I'm all I got, so I got to be me. Oh, I just gotta be me. Yeah. Miigwech, thank you. All right. Whew. So I have the wrong set list here. Caro. Water. Yeah, we had to squeeze the brake a little bit because, man, things are going to be tight. You're going to have to buy CDs real fast at the end. So we've got everything we need right in front of us. Did you know that? Even if you think that you don't have anything, and believe me, I've been there. I've been in position of having $1.38 to my name and a baby to feed. We have everything we need. We really do. We have resources inside, resources outside, and if you reach out, you will have that support. Everything I need. Sometimes life hits you sideways. Is it really another one of those days when I don't want to face reality? So what am I gonna do now? I don't want to go through this feeling again. Feels like another dead end. But what if I just need to stop along the way? Give myself the time to heal and feel again. I've got faith, I've got hope, I've got love, and I radiate, I do my best. Why can't the universe take care of the rest? I know the law of attraction. All I want is soul satisfaction. When it's all falling down on me, I just breathe. It can feel so hard when you don't know what to do, but you can be the space for that power to come through. I have got faith, I have got hope, I have got love, and I just know that everything I need is right here. Everything I need to wenjeke kitam gwandam kiti sogawe no jigong di agawi the comedy. It's time to light your fire. Stop hiding your desire. It's time to light that spark. It's time to be who you are. Let inspiration lead you to take the actions you need to be free. You've got everything you need. Hey, I have got faith, I have got hope, I have got love, and I just know that everything I need is right here. Everything I need to wenjeke kitam gwandam di sogawe no jigong di agawi the comedy nasi. I have got faith, I have got hope, I have got love, and I just know that everything I need is right here. Everything I need to wenjeke kitam gwandam di sogawe no jigong di agawi the comedy nasi. I have got faith, I have got hope, I have got love. Oh, everything I need is right here. I've got faith in me. Oh, everything I need is right here. I have got faith, I have got hope, I have got love, and I just know that everything I need is right here. Whew. Thank you. This one, all about love, right? This is all about the love. This night is all about the love. It's called Nothing But Love. It's words that my son spoke to me from the spirit world when we went to visit the site where it all happened. And that's what he said to write on the t-shirt that was on that pole. Never forgot that. Nothing but love. It's what we are. Nothing but love.
you holding on? You kept yourself together for far too long. Let your tears fall like rain so you can feel at peace again. freedom is within your soul. There's really nowhere else to go. Gotta let yourself fall apart so you can feel it in your heart. Love, nothing but love. Zagedewin, me yet to Zagedewin. Love, nothing but love. Zagedewin, me yet to Zagedewin. Remember who you are. You've been on such a journey and you've come so far. I can see the light in you. I'll help you through the darkness too. McQuendene Yaoyin, Wasagisha, Yaba get a wask away. You got me a corner because nothing but love. Nothing but love. Yeah. All of what you feel, it all matters. The lives of those we've lost all matter. The anger, the grief, and the pain underneath. It's hard to believe, but there can be relief. Life on this planet can be so bittersweet. When you reach deep down and feel your heartbeat, you will meet you. You will feel the truth. Your tears are the proof that you are love. Nothing but love. Oh, Zagedewin, yet to Zagedewin. Love, nothing but love. 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 Oh, Zagedewin, yet to Zagedewin. One more time. Love, nothing but love. Oh, Zagedewin, yet to Zagedewin. Nothing but love, y'all. Yeah. Whew.
Vivian, where's my Vivian at? And my Heather at? It's shaker time. It's also a bit of a trigger warning time because this song is a bit heavy, but it's also really light and healing, deeply healing. And this song actually gave me pneumonia. Not a great claim for a healing song, hey. But what happened is all of that grief, it sits here in our heart and lungs. It just sits there and becomes heavy. And when you are grieving, if you aren't allowing yourself to let that kind of flow and let it out at increments, and it's taken me, sometimes I've been able to do it quickly, and sometimes I'm a mess of tears for like days, and it's all a process. But grief, we need to feel it. We need to allow ourselves to be with our feelings. That's what we need to do. We need to start allowing ourselves to actually be with whatever is showing up. What a concept, right? But we never do it. So it's time. It's time. So this song is called Grieve. It's called Grieve. And it is dedicated to homicide loss survivors. It is dedicated to anyone who is grieving, and it is dedicated to my son, Quinn. Grieve.
your time, grieve. Feel the love, bring the tears. Take your time, grieve. This is my dedication to all of you who know the devastation of the life of a loved one taken, shut down, never to awaken, forever gone, senseless of silence, by unspeakable violence. All of us are left behind to cry. We live in an empty space and timeless time. Feel the love, bring the tears. Take your time, breathe. Feel the love, bring the tears. Take your time, breathe. Always wondering when you're coming back, only to remember that day you were attacked. No rhyme, no reason. That day your heart stopped beating, and now your life journey is completed. Your spirit's free, and I'm here dreaming of a day when people stop killing. It's time to start truly living the life we were given. I'm singing from my spirit in your memory. Motif Productions, it's you and me. Quinn Douglas Taylor, this is your song. You are my angel, I know your soul is on. I'll be holding tight to the many memories, even though sometimes the grief brings me to my knees. I won't stop the tears from falling. To honor you, I'm following my highest calling. Feel the love, bring the tears. Take your time, breathe. Feel the love, bring the tears. Take your time, breathe. I will never forget your big smile. Everybody talked about that at the murder trial. Your presence in our lives will never be erased. You're still with us, and all around I see your face. All the rage and the emptiness underneath. I know sometimes it's impossible to believe that you can ever find any kind of peace. I know it's painful, but please let yourself breathe. Feel the love, bring the tears. Take your time, breathe. Feel the love, bring the tears. Take your time, breathe. And Zagadawen, Zaringin, Medabin, Zagadawen. We went on just again on and mowing. And Zagadawen, Zabingin, Medabin, Zagadawen. We went on just again on and mowing. Zagadawen, Zabingin, Medabin, Zagadawen. We went on just again on and mowing. Feel the love. the tears. Take the time to read. Rich, thank you.
Wow. So we're at the title track. Title track. So this song's called Picking Up the Pieces. And so I had to help you to be able to fall apart a little bit before we pick them up, because most of us are hanging on tight and just like, oh, I got to keep my shit together, right? And that just doesn't work. It does not fly. We need to allow things to fall off. And when you do that, you can pick up what you choose to pick up. I don't choose to pick up some things from my my life before Quinn. I don't choose to pick up some of those things, but I choose to pick up some new things and some of the old things. Picking up the pieces. Pick it up.
Picking up the pieces of my life, of my life. Picking up the pieces of my life, of my life. I don't know what to do, don't know what happened to the life I knew, so I'm picking up the pieces. Wheel and come again. How you picking up the pieces of my life, of my life. Picking up the pieces of my life, of my life. I don't know what to do, don't know what happened to the life I knew, so I'm picking up the pieces of my life, of my life. I don't wanna feel this pain. I wanna learn to live again. Oh, I refuse to give up on me. Things will never be the same. There's no way to explain. Hey, yeah. Picking up the pieces of my life, of my life. Picking up the pieces of my life, of my life. I don't know what to do, don't know what happened to the life I knew, so I'm picking up the pieces of my life, of my life. I don't wanna feel this pain. I wanna learn to live again. Oh, I refuse to give up on me. Things will never be the same. There's no way to explain, but it's my life to reclaim. Shattered into a million pieces when you were taken from me. I had to find my way back home to my hopes and dreams. It's not the same without you here, but for you I will live freely. I'm picking up the pieces, creating a new reality. Bamata win, Bamata win. Nere kenzin jishiyan, nere kenzin gajwebe. Nagaza pinanen, Bamata win, Bamata win. Picking up the pieces of my life, of my life. Picking up the pieces of my life, of my life. I don't know what to do, to know what happened to the life I knew. So I'm picking up the pieces of my life, of my life. Pieces of my life, of my life. Picking up the pieces of my life, of my life. I don't know what to do, to know what happened to the life I knew. So I'm picking up the pieces of my life, of my life. Picking up the pieces of my life, of my life. Picking up the pieces of my life, of my life. What to do, to know what happened to the life I knew. So I'm picking up the pieces of my life, of my life. Woo! Woo! Some pieces fell there. It's all good.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Okay. So, I've got a prayer for you all. I've got a prayer for you all, and I need to say thank you to all my team. I don't even know all of their names, and so many of you have been helping me through this whole entire experience. I mean, I wrote the album during the court season. Like the murder trial started on my birthday last year, and ever since just a couple months before that, I've been working on this album to get me through it, to help me heal and to help everyone else with this, with this thing called grief. So you're gonna hear some words, you're gonna hear some Ojibwe like you have been, Anishinaabemowin. I've been learning a tiny bit. Thank you. I'm so grateful for Monty Mary Taylor, who did the translation for me for all of this, and then I had to learn it because I did not grow up with my language. Nidigatam Gwandamin Eshkito Yang. We all have our talents and abilities. Nin Win Dama Ya Yang. It's up to us to express who we're here to be. Non Dengade, listen to your heart. Wiyesh Monton Nagada Wendamoen. Relax your mind. Gingabamadsian, you living your life and expanding yourself. Gidigajiwa Skonwe Oma King brings light to everyone around you and to the world. Nidiwabdan Waskamwayan, Peter Kokmian Kojin Yayan. I see your light when you step outside your limitations. Nidikendan Ja Yaknamangade. I feel your heart when you open it. Mima Pi Get Bamatsian, when you let yourself truly live. Gidamigwe O Ma King, you are a gift to the world. Gidawindaman Gimeno Bamatsian, I dare you to live life fully. Living past the limits.
We good? Living past the limits, past the limits, past the limits of the world that we can see. Living past the limits, past the limits, past the limits. sisters to nourish humanity. We were meant to take care of each other, live our lives in harmony. Everywhere I go, I see so many possibilities. Deep down, you know, we can override our history. Living past the limits, past the limits, past the limits of the world that we can see. Living past the limits, past the limits, past the limits of this reality. Washing over mountain, Shreen and Wabdaman. Washing it a coat on the wandam. Washing over mountain, Shreen and Wabdaman. Washing it a coat on the wandam. You can return to the sacred fire of creativity. Just a little bit of patience and time to get to the love that's underneath. Don't give up on life, no matter how many tears you cry. I might feel like the darkness of night, but together we can find a light. Washman over mountain, Shrina Wabdaman. Washman in a coat on the wanda. Washman over mountain, Shrina Wabdaman. Washman in a coat on the wanda. Hit a guitar, the wanda, and Eshkatoyan. The name we the Maya. No thing did it, we Eshmoton, Nagada, when the motor. King of the Marxian. She was gone away, oh my king, did it Robin, was away, did it cook me in Kojina, did it come down, Jaya, Namangade, Nima, Pika, get the Marxian, did a meek way, oh my king, did a wing the manga, and oh, the Marxian. Living past the limits, past the limits, past the limits of the world that we can see. Living past the limits, past the limits, past the limits of this reality. Living past the limits, past the limits, past the limits of the world that we can see. Living past the limits, past the limits, past the limits of this reality. Living past the limits, past the limits, past the limits of the world that we can see. Living past the limits, past the limits, past the limits of this reality. Living, yeah. Living, yeah, yeah. Living past the limits, past the limits, past the limits of the world that we can see. Living past the limits, past the limits, past the limits of this reality. Thank you, Miigwech. Oh. How you guys feeling? Oh man, I know.
I gotta take my shoes off too. What the hell? I'm gonna join you, man. And barefoot. Oh yeah, ecstatic dance days, man. so, we could do one more if you want. Oh my God. All of these songs are on the album, every one of them. All on the album. The song is called Love Is All That Matters. And this one is one of the songs, So Is Grieve, that were based on some of the work that my son did. He was a trap and rap music producer. And so we had copyright issues and I couldn't use his music. It was heartbreaking for that to happen. But at the same time, he's been in this whole journey all along. Oh my gosh. Some of you will see it on the sales page of the CD. Like he's flashing his lamp that he gave me. He shows up. He always shows up. I don't know he's here tonight. Quinn's here tonight. Yeah. So, and this is it. Love is all that matters, man. It's where the grief really comes from. It comes from love. It comes from love. So let's feel the love. Yeah. Because love is all that matters.
Life as a blessing. You are a living expression, a sacred creation. No more separation. Heartbeat to heartbeat connection. We need to remember love is all that matters. Love is all that matters. All that matters is love. Come on. Love is all that matters. All that matters is love. Love is all that matters. All that matters is love. Love is all that matters. All that matters is love. Love is all that matters. Love is all that matters. Mi gente is all gonna bring it back. More yeah. Mi gente is all gonna bring it back. More yeah. Seems up is my only direction. Gotta feel, gotta let ourselves feel to be free. Life isn't always easy. It's time for an end to the violence. You and I can end a lifetime sentence of pain by letting ourselves feel again. Love is all that matters. All that matters is love. Come on. Love is all that matters. All that matters is love. Can't hear you. That is all that matters is love. Love is all that matters. All that matters is love.
On saxophone, this is iSax.
All the way from Jamaica.
Yeah. Right behind him on the keys. There he goes. Yeah. Sweet sound. Right behind him on the keyboards, we have Orville Wiz Malcolm. He is the Wiz
Give
Kid.
it up.
Going right on behind him, holding down the foundation, one of, is the bassman Neil Morris, better known as Nemo.
Oh, oh.
And beside him, his sidekick and one who holds down the bottom end, rhythm section, drum kit, Nissan Hardy. And beside him, beside me, behind me, Mr. Guitar Man, it's Tim El Blanco. Are you loving it? Are you loving it? Love is all that matters. We have some wonderful drummers here tonight. Just want to start out on this side. This is hand drum number one. It's Kimio. And beside him, we have Danny on hand drum. She was a last minute addition and so critical and crucial to this vibe.
Yes, man.
Standing right beside me, my cohort and vocalizer. This young lady is Candy Barati.
Love is all that matters.
Yeah.
Tasty.
And my name is Errol Star Francis.
Give it up. Give it up. Producer, music director, guitar, brother.
I have had the honor, the most incredible honor, to witness the birth of these tracks. In the infancy to the birthing in the studio to what you see on a CD this evening. It's been an incredible journey, and yes, we've had such guidance along the way. So much guidance that sometimes equipment just didn't work because we weren't supposed to use that.
True.
True. So, but last but not least, who do we have here but the Juno Award-winning medicine song woman, Brenda MacIntyre.
Oh, love is all we need. Yeah.
All right, are you gonna enjoy the rest of this evening? All right, what we want to see is your hands. just a waving like so. Because we know that love is all that matters. Right? I want you to be singing this as you go home. All right? Yeah, you know the words. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Love is all that matters. 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 Love is all that
Whew. How are you guys feeling now? I feel so quiet now. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited and grateful to have whoever is here watching live, and also if you're watching the replay, and just like really let the medicine just be with you now. For us it's night here. I mean, whatever time of day, but just take it with you. Take it with you, the medicine of love, the medicine even of grief, because we really need to be coming into presence with that, or else it's just going to haunt us, big time later on. And that's where a lot of that anger and frustration and all that stuff comes from. So if we move it, move it, move it, then it's going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Yeah. So have that hope. Do not let go of that hope. Okay. Never give up on you. That's always, like I'll say, give up on stuff that doesn't work, but never give up on you. You are here at an incredible time. And like, we're all here to make a difference, or we wouldn't be here. And some of us can make that difference by being really present in our bodies and holding space, like we're doing here right now. And, holding space for ourselves, holding space for others. I'm getting so emotional because this is really, I'm feeling it like I did that night, because it's so powerful what we can do with just simply dancing and moving to music and coming into our hearts, and coming into our bodies. It's so simple and so powerful. And the more of us that do that, and the more that we do that, the better off all of us and the entire planet is going to be. So you can really, like, this alone, what you just did tonight, by whatever you did, dancing, moving, meditating, drumming, singing, whatever it was, you're making a difference. So keep on keeping on, keep on making that difference in your special way. Do what lights you up. And in about 15 minutes, yes, in 15 minutes, we're going to start the after party. So get your VIP upgrade if you don't have it. It's only $20, helps me pay for this whole event to happen. It's been in the making for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. It's been for a while anyways. And just take a few breaths. Let's just take a few breaths together, actually, at your own pace, but let's just take those breaths into your belly, all the way down into your lungs first, and then your belly. Take at least a few nice, solid, deep breaths. We'll do one more, but when the next breath you take in, circulate it around before you let it out. Circulate it. Let that go into your blood, into your whole body and your whole being, and then let it out. Yeah. So lots of love to all of you. Gitazagan, I love you all. And I'm going to say Chimigwech for joining me tonight. It means a lot to me. It's been hard not having a real audience, and I kind of felt like I had a piece of that tonight. And so I appreciate you all for that. I'm like really now I'm really emotional about it. Yeah. It's been hard for a lot of us musicians because having a live audience is very different. But because I work with energy, I can feel your energy and your emotion. I can feel your participation, and I love it. I just love it so much, and I love all of you. So thank you, Miigwech. And I'm going to say Bama P, which is see you later, because we don't have goodbye, Jabwe. It's just see you later.